I said I loved God. I said it in prayers, in conversations, in quiet moments when I needed comfort. I knew the words. I knew the scriptures. I knew how to sound like someone who believed. But my heart told a different story. Because love isn't proven in what you say, it's revealed in how you live. As a woman, I learned how to carry things quietly, to smile when I was frustrated, to hold it together on the outside while something else was breaking underneath. And I hid behind that. I hid behind appearances, behind routines, behind the version of myself that looked right to everyone else. But when the doors closed and it was just me and my thoughts, the truth was louder than anything I could pretend. I remember standing in my kitchen one night, the house quiet, the weight of my own thoughts louder than anything around me. I had just walked away from another argument, another moment where my words cut deeper than I intended, but not deeper than what was already in me. I told myself it was justified. I told myself I was right. But deep down, I knew I wasn't reflecting anything close to Christ. John 13:34-35 kept echoing in my mind, a verse I had heard so many times it almost lost its meaning. A new commandment I give unto you, that you love one another, as I have loved you. As I have loved you. Not as it's convenient, not as it feels good, as He loved me. And I couldn't escape the truth. I wasn't loving like that, not even close. I was impatient. I was easily offended. I held on to grudges like they were proof that I had been wronged. I wanted grace for myself, but struggled to give it to others. I wanted understanding, but I was quick to judge. And in the quiet moments, when there was no one left to convince, I had to face it. My heart wasn't aligned with the God I claimed to love. It didn't change overnight. I wanted one prayer to fix it, one moment of conviction to make me new. But instead, it was a slow unraveling. God began to show me, not the version I presented to people, but the truth underneath. The pride, the selfishness, the need to be right more than the desire to be loving. There were moments I failed again, moments I reacted instead of reflecting, moments I chose myself over what was right. And each time I felt the weight of it, not condemnation, but conviction. A quiet, persistent reminder that I was being called higher, called deeper, called to something real. I had to start making different choices, choosing silence when I wanted to argue, choosing forgiveness when I wanted to hold on, choosing patience when everything in me wanted to rush to judgment. It felt unnatural at first, forced even, but slowly something began to shift. It wasn't perfection, it was surrender. And somewhere in that surrender, I realized something that changed everything. Loving God isn't proven by how loudly you say it. It's proven by how deeply you live it, by how you treat people when they don't deserve it, by how you respond when you're hurt, by how you reflect Him when it costs you something. This is God's grace, stories of redemption. And my story didn't change because I said I loved God. It changed when I finally started learning how to love like Him.
If this story meant something to you, if it reminded you that grace is still writing chapters you haven't seen yet, don't keep that hope to yourself. There is someone in your life who needs to hear this tonight. Share this message with them. Take a moment to like this video so more hearts searching for redemption can find it. And subscribe to God's Grace, Stories of Redemption, so you never miss the next story God is unfolding. Because Scripture reminds us, because of the Lord's great love we are not consumed, for His mercies never fail. They are new every morning. Great is your faithfulness. Lamentations 3:22-23. That means no story is finished, no failure is final, no night is permanent. And the next testimony, the next breakthrough, the next story of redemption may be closer than you think. Stay tuned, stay expectant. And remember, grace is still at work. We'll see you in the next story.
I'm a woman who learned too late that silence can sound a lot like surrender. I remember the night I first questioned my own reflection, standing in a dim bathroom with tired eyes, whispering words I didn't believe. I praise you, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Psalm 139:14. I said it, but it felt like it belonged to someone else, not me. Not the woman who kept shrinking herself just to be loved. It didn't start the way it ended. It never does. It started with attention, with warmth, with someone seeing me when I felt invisible. I was tired of being overlooked, tired of feeling like I wasn't enough. And when he showed up, it felt like an answer. But what I didn't realize was that I wasn't being chosen. I was being studied. Slowly, carefully, he learned where I was weakest, where I doubted myself the most. And that's where the damage began. At first, it was small. A comment about what I wore, a suggestion about who I shouldn't talk to. Then it became correction, then control, then silence. And I told myself it was love. I told myself this is what commitment looked like. I adjusted. I adapted. I erased parts of myself just to keep the peace. Because somewhere deep inside me, I believed that losing myself was the price of being wanted. There were nights I sat in the dark after arguments, replaying everything I said, convincing myself it was my fault. That if I had just spoken softer, stayed quieter, been better, things wouldn't have escalated. But the truth was, nothing I did ever changed the outcome. The pattern stayed the same. The apologies came, but they felt rehearsed, empty, like echoes in a hollow room. I remember the moment everything cracked. It wasn't loud. It wasn't dramatic. It was quiet. I looked at myself and realized I didn't recognize the woman staring back at me. The laughter was gone. The confidence was gone. The peace was gone. And for the first time, I asked a different question. Not, how do I fix this? But, why am I still here? Leaving wasn't brave at first. It felt like failure. It felt like I was walking away from something I was supposed to fight for. But every step I took away from that place felt like oxygen returning to my lungs. Painful, but necessary. I had to sit with the consequences of staying too long. I had to face the truth that I ignored the warning signs. I had to forgive myself for abandoning me. And God met me there. Not in perfection, not in strength, but in the middle of my broken understanding. He reminded me that my worth was never something another person had the authority to define. That Psalm 139:14 wasn't a suggestion, it was truth. I was fearfully and wonderfully made, even when I forgot. This is God's grace, stories of redemption. And my story didn't end when I lost myself. That was just the place where I finally began to be found.
If this story meant something to you, if it reminded you that grace is still writing chapters you haven't seen yet, don't keep that hope to yourself. There is someone in your life who needs to hear this tonight. Share this message with them. Take a moment to like this video so more hearts searching for redemption can find it. And subscribe to God's Grace, stories of redemption, so you never miss the next story God is unfolding. Because Scripture reminds us, because of the Lord's great love we are not consumed, for His mercies never fail. They are new every morning. Great is your faithfulness. Lamentations 3:22-23. That means no story is finished, no failure is final, no night is permanent. And the next testimony, the next breakthrough, the next story of redemption may be closer than you think. Stay tuned, stay expectant. And remember, grace is still at work. We'll see you in the next story.
I remember the exact day I decided I was done with God. It didn't feel dramatic. No thunder, no voice from heaven, just silence. The kind that presses against your chest until you start believing you've been abandoned. I was sitting in my car outside my apartment, engine off, staring at my reflection in the windshield like I didn't recognize the man looking back. And maybe I didn't, because the man I saw was tired, angry, and done pretending he still had faith. I had spent years trying to hold everything together, working overtime, paying bills that never seemed to go down, holding relationships that were already broken, trying to be strong when everything inside me was collapsing. I told myself I was doing what a man is supposed to do: provide, endure, stay silent. But the truth was, I was breaking in places no one could see. And that night, I finally said it out loud. I'm done, God. Not as a prayer, but as a goodbye. I didn't expect anything to happen after that. Honestly, I felt relief, like I had finally stopped chasing something that never showed up. I went inside, dropped my keys on the counter, and let the silence take over. No Bible, no prayer, no pretending. But something strange happened in the days that followed. Nothing changed, but I couldn't escape him. I tried going back to old habits, numbing the stress, distracting myself, filling the emptiness with anything that would quiet my mind. But it didn't work like it used to. The things that once helped me escape started exposing me. Every decision felt heavier. Every mistake echoed louder. It was like something was still there, watching, waiting, refusing to let me disappear into who I used to be. I remember one night sitting on the edge of my bed, hands shaking, realizing I hadn't actually found peace. I had just walked away from the only thing that was holding me together. And that's when the words came back to me. Not from my own thoughts, but from something deeper. The Lord Himself goes before you and will be with you. He will never leave you nor forsake you. Deuteronomy 31:8. I hadn't read that verse in a long time, but it hit me like truth I couldn't outrun. I said goodbye, but He didn't. And that realization didn't fix everything overnight. It didn't erase the consequences I had already created. I still had to face broken relationships. I still had to confront the man I had become. There were days I slipped back into old patterns. Nights I questioned everything again. But something inside me had shifted. I stopped trying to control everything and started surrendering what I couldn't carry. Not perfectly, not instantly, but honestly. I began to face things I used to avoid, apologize where I had been wrong, walk away from what was destroying me. And for the first time in a long time, I wasn't doing it to prove anything. I was doing it because I finally understood I was never walking alone. This is God's Grace, stories of redemption. And if you've ever felt like giving up, like walking away, like nothing is listening, just know this: you might say goodbye, but God never does.
If this story meant something to you, if it reminded you that grace is still writing chapters you haven't seen yet, don't keep that hope to yourself. There is someone in your life who needs to hear this tonight. Share this message with them. Take a moment to like this video so more hearts searching for redemption can find it. And subscribe to God's Grace, stories of redemption, so you never miss the next story God is unfolding. Because Scripture reminds us, because of the Lord's great love we are not consumed, for His mercies never fail. They are new every morning. Great is your faithfulness. Lamentations 3:22-23. That means no story is finished, no failure is final, no night is permanent. And the next testimony, the next breakthrough, the next story of redemption may be closer than you think. Stay tuned, stay expectant. And remember, grace is still at work. We'll see you in the next story.